Hey, how's it going everyone? Saintsfan back again, and welcome to another GTA 5 video. Today, I'm going to be taking you guys through an updated tour of all of my garages in GTA Online. I forget, and I don't know how many cars I actually own, but I have every single apartment slot that you can have. I have the motorcycle club, and then I have one of these garage offices. And this is actually the first garage tour that includes these garage offices. I'm not entirely sure when I did the last one, so I'm not entirely sure what is new, but if you've been following my channel for a while, you know, you might see some cars that you've seen before, but you might also see some cars you haven't seen. So, I don't know, hopefully this video, if you're looking maybe for cars or for some customization options, maybe this video will help you out. If not, you can just get an idea of, you know, what my cars look like, because people seem to be interested in it, so here is an up-to-date version. Now, I will say, since this is the first garage tour that includes this 20-car garage, I only have one of them because I'm not a huge fan of the lighting. You know, maybe I'll get another one if I need more room, but I'm not a huge fan of the lighting, especially on the first and third floor. The second floor is not bad, but I don't like this sort of, it almost looks too dark, you know? Where in the other, like the regular 10-car garages, those, you know, it's super bright in there. So I like the colors and I like the way everything looks. So that's kind of why I didn't move all my cars into the office garages. And that's why I still have most of my cars in the 10-car garages. Now this one, and none of them are real, well, I guess some of them are themed. Some of my garages are themed. But this one right here is just 20 cars that I use, I guess, the most. Like, these are the newer cars, I guess you could say. These are the cars that I drive around more frequently, and especially on this row. These, what is this? 6 are the ones that I use the most. And I'll go ahead and hop into them because I don't want this to be a super long video. We have the Sultan RS, the Asimov version here. One of my favorite cars in the game, one of my favorite customizations in the game, and it just looks so nice. The black, the red, the black, the white, and the orange. So, next one, the Nero Custom. This is actually the Nero Custom with no spoiler. I did the glitch to get the spoiler removed, but this one I like because it just looks so luxurious, man. That cream colored with that dark red just looks so nice, and then you get black on the rims with, I think, cream as an outline, but it's just, I love that car, and that's why it's, you know, it's definitely down here. It's probably one of my favorite supercars to drive at the moment. Next up, the Duke of Death. Nothing too crazy. I really don't know how to customize this car. I just have the black and yellow. I probably will change this. I don't know what to, but I have this because it's definitely my favorite car to drive at the moment. In free roam, at least, because it's bulletproof, or somewhat bulletproof. It's explosive proof to an extent, and it's a freaking like mini tank, so I love it to drive. This one's a really fun one to drive, the LG Retro Custom, and I have a few of these, I believe, maybe 2, maybe 3. I can't remember how many I have, but this one is my favorite. The blue sort of drift missile, like the customization there, that livery, I really like it with the gray down the middle. This one, while it's probably not as fun to drive, for me at least, you know, versus the Sultan, it's still really fun, especially for a sports car. It's definitely one of my favorite sports cars at the moment. This is one I love, the Sports Classic, the Turismo Classic here. I might end up changing the color to a, you know, one of the crew modded colors, but for the time being, this is what I got. And, you know, it's just really simple, but I love it. Then we have my favorite sports car, the Comet Retro Custom. Super simple paint job here, no livery. I decided to not go with the livery because I feel like just this silver and black, or metal and black, almost look better with the, you know, on it with, I got the black rims, the black tinted out windows and stuff. But yeah, I love this car. I love stancing this car. Like, these tires aren't bulletproof, so I can stance it, and it's super fun to drift. All right, so that was like my main cars that I use frequently for certain situations. Now on the second floor is just some other cars that I like, but, you know, don't really use it often. The Spectre, I love this car. I love the way it looks. It's so freaking sleek, so sexy. You got the blue with the darker blue with the white stripe and then the white on the rims. Here we have the LG, or not the LG, the Entity. I probably will end up changing this color. I think this is one of those crew modded colors that I just never got, you know, I was never bothered to change, but I love this car. Definitely my favorite supercar for racing, even though it's not that good at racing, like in terms of performance and all that. It's so nice to handle. Here we have the X80 Proto. And I really like this customization. I rarely ever drive this thing anymore, but the blue, like that darker blue with the yellow and then the white and the black, I just think that all looks really nice together, so that's why it's on it. Here we have an OG car. Some of you guys probably remember this. This is one of the first modded color cars I actually have. This is, I think, shady orange. It's a really nice orange over the matte with that yellow pearlescent and black as a secondary. Looks great on the Zentorno. Here we have the Bestia GTS. I freaking love this car to drive it online. It's a car that gets overlooked because it's like a hatchback and all that, but I really like it. And I don't drive it as much as I probably should, or whatever you want to say, but it's a beautiful looking car, and it's totally different than all the cars we have in the games. That's why I like it. And then here we have two of my other Sultans. This one is a Sultan RS, and this one's my Redwood version, the white and the red, sort of my rally version of that car. And then here we have the regular Sultan, one of my favorite cars. It's the 4-door version. We got a crew modded blue color with the tinted windows and then white on the rims. I don't know why, by the way, these crew emblems are on my cars. They shouldn't be there, but that was the second row. And then we have some extra ones. These are just some newer cars. We have the ProGen GP1. It's like a dark graphite. It looks almost brown in the lighting, but it is actually gray with yellow sort of outlines or accents. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Then we have the armored Kuruma with a sort of a military style, paint job on it. Don't really use it too often. I like the Duke of Death much more. Here's another one of the LG Retro Customs. This one I like. I really like the livery, as you can tell, but this one's just another sort of simple one. White and black with red on the rims. Kind of stands out when you're driving around. Then we have a regular Nero. This is not a Nero custom, so it's got the spoiler that pops up, and it's just all black. I wanted to change the rims. Actually, those might be white, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what to do because I don't want to make it blue because that's what everyone else does. So it's black, matte black for now. Here we have another OG car. This is my LSU Adder, and I know people are going to complain because of white walls, but look, it's always been white walls, so it's staying on there. This is one of my other modded colors with the purple down the middle, so I haven't used that one in forever, but it's one of the old time cars. Here we have an Osiris. Never used this. I'm not a huge fan of this car. Just have like a nice and good looking green on it, but nothing too special. And then the final Sultan RS, the blue and yellow. This yellow actually is super bright. It's one of the crew yellows that if you go to a certain spot, it'll just like blind you. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that was my office garage. The third floor rarely ever gets used. The second floor is just some new stuff. And then the first floor, that's the ones that I use all the time. Now, let's go check out some of my other garages. All right, because it's the closest, we'll check out my Lowrider / other cars. So, this ain't a Lowrider. This is a big rider. Or high rider, I don't know. It's the Insurgent. I had this in here because it's the location I'm at is in the middle of the city, and it's just in a location where I can easily get it, if I wanted to drive to the garage. That's why it's here. Then we have it opposite my donk. I absolutely love this. I love the way this looks. The customization is so nice in my opinion. That sort of blue color with the meteorite livery and then the crazy ass popsicle rims just looks nice in my opinion. Here we have two Lowriders. We have my Vice City Albany Buccaneer with the white and the flames and the black and all that. Pretty good. Then we have the Tornado. This one is a modded color. This is actually a worn modded color. So it's kind of rare and it goes, fairly decent with that livery. Then we have my two Buccaneers. I absolutely love these cars. And we have the silver / graphite one over here, the silver, the dark gray, the light gray. Then I have just to add a little color, the fluorescent blue there on the rims. And then we have the purple and white one. This one's probably my favorite just because I love those colors. Then we have a really nice looking car here. Well, it's not nice looking, but I think it sort of looks like a really old school looking car because this is obviously the Slam Band Custom. We have like freaking metal seats, the bum livery, the torn down livery, whatever you want to call it, with this sort of light blue or green color that just sort of makes it look old timer or old timer-ish. And then the other two here we have, or no, this one is the hearse. Just all white with money rims because it's the freaking hearse. I don't really know. Don't ever drive that, but it's in my garage. Then we have the Drift Tampa with the whatever livery this is. I don't know. It's different than all the other ones you see. And then we have the Sprunk Buffalo. Not sure why I have this one, but I do. I think it's because it's free. So that's this garage. You know, definitely some decent cars in here. Rarely ever drive them though. Here we are in the next garage. This is the Weasel Plaza garage. I don't think I've really ever driven these cars, but you know, they're not horrible. I especially love my Roosevelts here. This one right here is the Albany Roosevelt, the regular one, the one from like 2014. This is based off of Al Capone's Roosevelt, so that's why I kind of like it. And then we have the more flashier one, the Valor, just white with that nice. Here we have the two Halloween cars because they were rare, the Stange, and then the Lurker. Never use them, but they're rare, so you gotta have them. Then we have my Shafter V12 armored, which I totally forgot I even had. You know, because I never come into this garage, but I have it in case I need it. Then we have the Tampa, which I actually really like this car, but it's not that good in my opinion to drive around free roam, so that's why it just sort of sits in my garage. And I think that is a modded color if you're wondering. Here we have a Warner. I recently got this because someone brought a car like this to one of my car shows, and I really liked it, so I bought it. Haven't really driven it too much, but it's a nice change of pace, and it's a car that like no one remembers is even in the game. Then we have my only, or one of my only sports classic cars, the Sterling GT in the all silver metal color. So it's pretty nice. It's definitely one of the best sports classic. Well, I guess not anymore because the Turismo Classic, but it's still good to drive. And then I have the Carbon Azari in here, but I'm going to sell that one because I want these two slots for potential gun running cars. Now here is the Tinsel Tower garage. This is probably one of my favorite garages, and pretty much all of these colors are modded. I forget why there's a slot here. I guess I must have sold one of my supercars recently or something, but there's a slot in here. So there's only 9, but these, apart from the 2 at the very end, I believe, these are all modded colors. And these are some of my favorite modded colors. Like this is one that I freaking love on the adder here. It's just so nice, and it's not something that's like really flashy or anything, but it just looks so good, especially with the blacked out rims and then the lighter blue for the secondary. Then we have the FMJ here with the super sort of faded looking, because it's on a metal orange with the yellow pearlescent on there with the blue for the secondary. Really like that. Then we have blue chrome on my Tempesta. This is one of my favorite modded colors because it's got that shine, but it's not like chrome. It's got actual color to it. So I put it here on the Tempesta. Might change it, might not, you know, might change that to another car, but I really like that color. Then we have rose gold, one of my top 3 favorite modded paint jobs. The purple, Jesus, the pink with the gold, and then the black sort of accents on the car. Looks really nice. Here we have Saints Gold, definitely up there on the T20 with the black secondary. Used to be one of my favorite cars, but you know, a few cars have overtaken it. Then we have Mr. Freeze. This paint job is by far one of the oldest. I don't know if it is the oldest, but it is definitely one of the oldest. It's actually one of my first cars, so that's why. I mean, look at that shine, dude, so nice. Here we have the Tyrus. I think this is a modded color, could be wrong. Obviously I did go ahead and glitch the orange paint on the rims so it matches, but I really like this one for racing, especially the stunt races. And then the last 2, we have the Vaca. I'm not entirely sure why I have this because it's not a very good supercar. I mean, I really like it. Like, I like the look of it, but it's unfortunate that it's not that great. I believe this is just a regular orange. And then we have my ETR1 with the white livery, or the blue livery with the white paint, or vice versa. I forget exactly what is the right one. I really like the way this car looks. It's almost like it reminds me of the Spectre, or the Spectre Custom, but you know, it being a supercar. So I like it. I probably will change it to not include that livery because the livery might be a little tacky. But yeah, this is by far one of my favorite garages because of all of the crazy unique modded colors. And then I actually have 2 garages over here at the Eclipse Towers. We'll go ahead and go into number 3 first because I believe this is most of my sports cars. So yeah, as you can see, this is my sport and a few super and SUV cars. We'll start with SUV. So I have the Huntley here. Not entirely sure how to customize this, but I really like it. It's one of the best. I think it actually is the fastest SUV in the game, so that's why I have it. I just have a, you know, light blue with the black. I absolutely love this. edition right here of the Dubsta. The all blacked out Dubsta looks so nice, and it's so fun to drive. Then we have the 2 supercars. So this is just some that didn't make it in the other garages. We have the pretty standard, pretty like generic T20 here. I feel like a lot of people have this sort of color scheme, the black secondary with the orangish or lava red. Then we have the RE7B. I have this because I don't know if it's still the fastest car or not. I don't really care, but I just have it because it's up there. So you sort of gotta have the fastest cars. Then my 2 favorite sports cars, we have the Masako. This is a modded color. Forget exactly what it was called, but I love the way it sort of goes from orange and red and yellow. Like, it just looks really nice. And then we have my Jester. This is an all red version, and I matched the red to match the red on the livery. So that's why it sort of just looks like there's a black sort of scrape or rip tear in the middle. And then we have red on the rims. So sort of all goes there. One of my favorite cars for racing, that one is. Next 2, we have the 770. I really like this one. This is actually my new watermelon car. We have the yellow, the green, lime green, whatever, with the pink on the rims. Just kind of reminds me of a watermelon a little bit. Then we have the Verlier, and one of the crazier modded colors. I don't know if I really like this 100%, but it's definitely pretty interesting, especially if you go out in the sun. It's got a bunch of colors. You have purple. You can see maybe a little red. When you go out in the sun, I believe there's some blue in it. There's the yellow. So there's quite a bit there. And the Verlier is definitely, it shows off paint jobs. It's one of the best sports cars to show off paint jobs. And then the next 2, the final 2, are the Hijack Rustin blue with the black, and then the Tropos Rally. So goes from big to small up here. But that is the sports car garage. Then we have the just sort of random stuff. I guess this is somewhat off-road. So we have my trophy truck here with a modded orange and blue. Then we have my contender over here with the same paint job as that armored Kuruma I showed you guys at the beginning in my office garage. It's sort of the tan army look. Thought it was kind of fitting for that car. I have another Duke of Death here, which is just black with chrome. This one probably looks better than the other one, but the other one is fully upgraded. This one is not. Then I have my regular Dukes, which the Dukes is the best muscle car in the game, and it's almost one of the best cars in the game in terms of looks for me. I freaking love this car, and I forget what modded color this is, but you can see it's a sort of yellow, lime green looking color with the black outline, so that's really nice. Then we have some extra bikes that don't fit in my clubhouse. We have the Gargoyle here, sort of like a classy version of the Gargoyle. You got the silver with the white and blue, and then the rims to sort of match it. Then we have my Ruffian. This is called the Vortex. I kind of stopped giving names to my car. I just realized, or my vehicles. I just realized that this one's the Vortex, an OG car. You guys probably remember that. Then we have my Manches. This one I have, it's just black and yellow. I have this one though because it's one of the best bikes to wheelie in. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then I have my freaking rat bike that's all beat up. I don't even think I customized it that much because I feel like it's just a car or a bike to own since it does look so broken. And then these 2, unfortunately, I couldn't sell them for some reason, so they're just there. But they will get replaced by another car at some point, probably a gun running car. And then to wrap this all up, we have my motorcycle collection in my clubhouse. So these, let's start with this side. We have the Shotaro, the Tron bike, just have a white and green color. I wasn't entirely sure what to do because there's not much you really can do, but I felt like that was kind of cool. Then we have my LSU bike. This one is the Nightblade. You can see the purple with the sort of yellow on the paint job. Next one is the S-Key, and I really like this bike. I like the design. I like the look of it. I'm not entirely a huge fan of the performance, but for free roam, it's kind of nice. I love this paint job, that darker blue, and it matches so nice with the yellow. Then we have the Watermelon bike, the Akuma. You guys probably already know about this one. You got the green with the pink and then white on it to give it a little different look. Then we have the Faggio mod with some I don't even know what this is. I don't know why I own this, but I do. Then we have the Street Blazer in purple and white. Really like those colors, so I put them on this one. Don't really drive it too often. The Vortex here is my Asimov bike. So if I wanted a black, orange, and white bike, this is the one I will pull out. And it's actually pretty decent, so I like it. Then we have the Batty 10 or 801 in crimson and gold, which is actually my high school colors, so I really like that. Then we have the Sanctus, which is the bike that is super expensive, and I don't actually know if it's in the game anymore. I think this was a limited time thing, so that's why I do own it. Unfortunately, had to spend all that freaking money on it. Why is that bike turning? There's a ghost in my garage. It's going backward. Oh my god, this is freaky. I'm actually kind of scared. The skull, it's doing it. But anyway, it's got the red, the black, and the white, so all looks pretty nicely together. And then we got one of my favorite bikes, the Hakachu Drag. I love this sort of marble design, or the marble look. And then it's moving again. It's sort of another LSU style color, because I got purple and then gold. But I feel like the purple, the gold, or the purple, the yellow, and the marble just looks really nice together. So there you guys have it. I'm gonna get on this bike because I'm kind of scared. But that is it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I'm not gonna show you guys my special vehicles only because I only have 3. I have the Wastelander, which you can't customize, the Runo 2000, which I didn't customize, and the Rocket Voltic, which I think I just put like a pink paint job on. So it's nothing too special there. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Let me know maybe, oh god, what your favorite cars or bikes were, if you want to. But that was my garage collection before the gun running update. This might change after the gun running update, and if it does change significantly, I will make a more up-to-date guide on all my new cars. But for the people asking, those are my cars. Hopefully it gave you some inspiration, perhaps, if you are looking for, some paint jobs or customizations for your cars that you have at the moment. But that is it with the video. So thank you all. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.